This is weird, but I gotta get it off my mental. I had a dream a couple days ago that the U.S. was like on lockdown and under governmental control, and we also had these like chips in our wrist that were used to like track us and see what we did on a daily basis, and also for us to like go in and out of working. And in the dream, it was me and my child like standing there in line behind all of these people, and all of us were like walking up to the kiosks and like going boop, scan our wrists, to go into like labor basically. So I don't know, I guess it was like a labor camp that we were set up in, but it was just very, very odd. So I don't know, I'm just documenting that I had that dream because I don't know, God always talked to me in dreams and show me things. I'm not gonna say that this gonna happen or whatever, but I do and have been dreaming for a while, as well as my son, that we are gonna have some type of like civil war in this country, and also some type of like stage of a world war, or I don't know, something, basically something where it's gonna be us versus the Chinese. And very odd, very weird. Personally, I try not to get wrapped up in the scary side of things, but I don't know, I did have a dream, and I just want to let y'all know, just prepare. Have your stuff, like your kits, medical kits and stuff like that. And for all the people that follow me for like labor and delivery content, in the event of an emergency, I am gonna share like stuff that pregnant people should have in the event of an emergency. But anyway, I just want to tell y'all about that weird dream I had. Not saying that it's gonna happen, but you can't ever be too safe.
All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. The bonus to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who were well. Salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there pushing this truth with all diligence and sincerity, risking their freedoms and their lives to do so. All right. Just going to touch in on this. This woman, Nurse J 1908, she ended up having a dream, and the Lord spoke of these things before they were going to come to pass. All right, as this woman, dreamed, she doesn't even understand how prophetic and strong those dreams were. I believe that the Lord sent her these dreams, man. And that's not saying that she's a prophet or a prophetess, but this is how a woman would actually prophesy back in the ancient world. That, or they would sing. They would they would sing. They would do the things that profess to being women. This is actually the feminine side of a woman speaking prophecy. She's just telling her dreams, and then an interpreter would come and break it down. But she was of little of no value. I'm just making that a side note because a lot of people don't understand that. That a woman, she doesn't have the job or the focal point of how ancient prophets had. Like, whereas you had King David, you had Samuel, you had Moses, all right, Isaiah, the lesser prophets. You had the disciples who were prophets, because the spirit of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. But nevertheless, because I spoke about, sometimes visions are not always prophetic, but in this case, I believe it to be so. But this is Sirach 34:1. The hopes of a man void of understanding are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. So you got to be able to interpret through the scriptures whether something's, on point or not. And then even if something, hey, man, sometimes the mind, it entertains itself. Just like, somebody that's in the world, they can have a dream that might be a little prophetic. It doesn't mean that they're of a status with the Most High, especially if they're not following after the Most High. Because what does it say? If that dreamer or that dream of dreams has a dream and it comes to pass, and then he says, let us go worship idols, follow him not. All right. That's a false prophet because he's not leading you to the Most High. So with this, this woman, hey, she probably doesn't, follow Yahweh Shai or proclaims herself to be an Israelite. But who knows, the Lord might put a spirit on her when times get hard to humble down to that. But the fact is that the Most High, he spoke about how he would put this spirit on our people in these last days because he's coming. All right. And before his coming, every time a king came into town, they would have an announcement of their coming. All right. There would be trumpets. They would, first off, you have the watcher watching the wall. He would ring the bell. All right. Well, that's what's going on. The Most High has the prophets ringing the bell for his coming. All right. I have set watchmen before thy walls that shall prophesy day and night and shall not hold their peace. What are we prophesying? The coming of Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right. I'm gonna run to that real quick. Then I'm gonna get this in Joel. Yeah, this is Isaiah 62:6. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord Yahweh, keep not silence and give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So that's how long we have to prophesy. And we break, the breakdown is that we have this video on the internet. That's how brothers can watch these videos day and night. And you have diverse brothers across the four corners of the globe putting up videos daily, hourly sometimes, and in different time zones. So, hey, this is being spoken of day and night. You don't have the same thing with these other religions, whether it be different denominations of Christianity or going into Judaism or going into the Islamic world. None of those people speak of prophecy and what's to come in these times. And you can see that these are dark times. You can see that these are times where people are going to need to know what's going on. But the Most High is only be manifest to some and not all. All right. But this is Joel chapter 2, verse 28. It says, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. All right. This is the Most High. It says, and also upon the servants and upon the handmaids, and in those will I pour out my spirit. And that goes for the heathen, the servants and the handmaids, because that's who the actual servants and handmaids are. But hey, the Lord put the spirit upon all our people that they're going to be able to see what's going on, and then people are going to speak about it. So when that time comes, no one can say that, oh, I didn't know, because what does it say that if I had not come, you would have a cloak for your sins, but then now you have no cloak for your sins. All right, I was gonna get. Dang, this thing froze up on me. But yeah, man, the times that we're coming in, it's lucky. So the phone messing up on me. But yeah, the times that we're coming in, the Most High, hey, he spoke of these things before they came to pass. She was mentioning the Charagma stamp. That everybody's saying is not the RFID or this digital implant, in which it is, man. That's gonna go for everything. All right, how you have a coding system, or you got a pin for your security over your house or over your garage. All right, access to getting inside of a job, via or they have the key fobs to get inside your building, or you have the badge that you badge in to get inside of your job. Well, all of that's a part of this technological system that this devil's gonna bring about, man. All right, that's what he wants to unfold so he can crown his NWO, man. All right, but the Most High is not gonna let that come to pass, man. The Most High has this guy set up for only so long, and we can see the fruition of this place falling. So I'm gonna grab this in what is it? This is Job 14:5. Slock. It said, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So as we see, all these things coming together, we know that this is a sign of this man's end. Soon as that charagma, that digital implant is fully out there, which is going to make it hard for the Lord's men to eat, and the Lord has to intervene. That's really when you're going to see moves starting to be made. That's when you're going to see the World War III come to pass, the austerity measures in the States. Because she was talking about war. It's going to be war here, man. And she was dead right, because is Taiwan been added with China, and China's been added with Taiwan, and that's going to bring America into this war severely, man. All right. Not to mention, America foolishly opened its borders like nobody's going to come into this mud, man. And they are. Yeah, this is Jeremiah 51 and verse 14. It says, "The Lord Yahweh of hosts hath sworn by himself, saying, Surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. He hath made the earth by his power. He hath established the world by his wisdom, and hath stretched out the heaven by his understanding." So yeah, the Most High is the one that really put that spirit on you devils to make a digital border, because that's really what you wanted to do. But in doing so, what you do? You let in foreign troops, man. All right, you're gonna have UN troops over here, as well as you have Chinese that have been reported coming through the borders. That you had a bunch of different Africans and Elamites, so-called South Asians, all coming through, man, ready for this war, man. All right, because it's going to get ugly. You got Russia. This what are they training? I believe, what are they, by Alaska somewhere? What ocean is that? Slovakia. I want to say Pacific. I believe they're in the Pacific waters right now, bordering Hawaii. Hey, they're surrounding this place, man, because this is the time, this is the moment where this devil's end is it, man. What does it say? That knowest thou now, since this of old, that the triumphing of the wicked is but short and for a moment. So, this man had his rule, but now it's time for it to end. And the Most High is showing that. And this woman, she said she don't really like to get into the scary parts of things. Well, evidently, she really doesn't understand the spirit. And of course she doesn't. But sooner or later, you people are going to find out that the Most High is nothing to be played with. Yes, you have to look at it all, the sweet and the bitter. You're going to be forced to look at it all. You can't get away from it, man. This is the way of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that you're going to see bitterness in America. You're going to understand that America is Hebrew for bitter. That's the reason why this place is called America, man. It's bitter, all right? This is Ezekiel 2:10. It says, I just started at verse 10. It says, "And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein, Slakia, lamentations and mourning and woe." And that's talking about this book, man. For the good to come, first we have to get through the bitter. All right. As a matter of fact, I believe the angel said that to Ezra, who is called Esdras or Isaiah. The interests of this world have become bitter and full of travail. All right. That the broad entrances have been made narrow and full of travail, man. So to get to what we want, far as righteousness, and even your righteous carnal pleasures that you got to put on hold for the glory of the good, for this to come to pass, even that you had to the things that you want in this world, you have to go through hardship for it, man. And that's what the world is also about to go through. But the elect are going through it right now. Till when that time comes, they're gonna shine like stars in the firmament, man. What does it say that we are chastened of the Lord, so that we should not be chastened with the world. We're being chastened right now, man. Going through the straight gate. The world doesn't understand the straight gate, man. So when all these things come to pass, they're going to be caught up in it. But this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. Because these wars are coming. It says the United States has joined the United Kingdom and other security partners in warning that China is courting Western pilots to serve as trainers. All right. It says to overcome their shortcomings, China's People's Liberation Army has been aggressively recruiting Western military talent to train their aviators. The U.S. Office of the Director of National Intelligence wrote in a statement Wednesday to obscure Chinese military connection. Beijing has used private companies located in China and South Africa because China's not which was once a small ally of America. They're no longer dealing with America like that. Especially what they've been saying it for years, man. The more that America's been trying to deal with Taiwan, the more that they've been like angry with them because technically, Thailand and Taiwan are basically certain lands that used to be a part of China once upon a time ago, or they wanted them to be, and they're not dealing with the breaking off just like Russia, in Ukraine, man. Which Ukraine has been a part of Russia in a very long time, but that's regardless of the fact. It's when America moved into their backyard and started doing policies with them because they wanted things. They wanted a certain control over in that area. Hey, what are you doing? You're making things hard for the actual country to run their country, knowing what you're doing. As far as with imports and exports going in and out the country, or you're trying to put certain fractions on these different governments so that you can really have a rule over the control of the people and push your demonocracy over there. You got the little hats ruling over everything, and everybody sees it, man. From the lady who just got elected, which is a Hungarian Jew from this the president of Mexico. I believe what Argentina has a Jewish leader. All right, these are all Slucky. I said the word. Just as long as I don't get flagged. But the little hats, man. Everybody sees who's really bearing rule in this time, man. And that's another reason why these nations are going to fight. But this is Matthew 24, verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So the end won't be yet until it all ends with the nuclear destruction. After the RFID chip, the World War III has to come to pass, and the deliverance of the elect. All right, as well as the famines that have to come in this land. And it says that in verse 7, "And nation shall rise against nation." All right, we're coming into that. The rumors of wars are now being known war. Like far as Russia saying that America is actually an enemy. We see them an enemy. North Korea actually declaring war on America. All right. I believe they used the phrase last week, "We've declared war." All right. And it says, "And there shall be famines and pestilences." So it's going to be more diseases, which, hey, what's going on now? This new variant of bird flu that they're trying to come out with. And they're saying that that's going to spread and cause an issue, man. Not to mention you got different critters on the East Coast that's supposed to be arising. A bunch of flying. They call them flying with, spiders don't fly. So I'm guessing they just leap really far. Flying poisonous spiders, man. All right. Which that's another form of pestilence, But hey, that's just what this devil's coming with, man. And this is the Most High's. Esau is the Most High's weapon, his secret weapon on the left hand side, to really just bring it all out, man. To bring this movie into its fruition, man. So the Most High gets his glory when he comes back and brings him down. It says, "And the earthquakes in diverse places," which we've been hearing about those, man. How many earthquakes have we had this year, man? All right. You had the one in New York. All right. Yeah, you had dozens. I have this app, and it's like they be going off all the time, and it'll tell you the 2.5s, the 5.0s. Really, you're looking for something that's over 4. Because a four, it can shake something up. But anything over 4, that's when you're in trouble, man. That's when it's hitting 5 and 7. That's when it's getting dangerous, man. But these are all things that the Most High said would come to pass. Aside from this devil drilling into the earth and messing with things, that also is the reason why the earth is only it's in the estate that it's in. You read that in the book of Isaiah where it says the foundations are out of course. But hey, this is according to how the Most High wants this thing. He wants this devil to continue to destroy until he gets ready to settle down and and relax after all this destroying, thinking that he's going to be able to eat in peace. And the Most High is going to rain it upon him while he is eating, you know. Yeah, this is Job chapter 20, verse 22. It says, "In the fullness of his sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him." That's talking about the laborers, you know, because everybody's mad right now. Verse 23, "When he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fear of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon." And it's talking about when he's going to go into space stations and into his different underground cities, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. You know, it's still gonna go down. Still gonna some of those stations are still gonna be destroyed. You know, and wherever he is at, the Most High is gonna dig into hell to get him. He's gonna bring him down from the heavens. You know, where he has his space stations on the outskirts of the heavens. You know, because he can only go so far. He can't go to outer space. He can't go to the moon, but he can have satellites sit on the corners of the earth, man. He's been able to do that. It's just he can't really get so far. You know, for one, he doesn't have the technology or know the power. All right, but yeah, man, this is a sign of the Lord bringing this guy to the end, man. He's brought him to the border. You know, now these nations are about to prepare for war in the valley of Jehoshaphat, man, which is Yahweh Shaphat, the Lord Yahweh's judgment. All right, you know, but that's all I had to chime in on. You know, it was the spirit, because I was watching the video, and then when I was watching the video, this article had came up about, you know, I didn't get the whole thing. I just took a little clip of it, but it was talking about war with China. You know, as this woman had mentioned it, man. Whether she had saw something on that might have came to pass and make her have that dream, you know, subliminally, or the angels just put that in her mind while she was sleeping. This is the spirit of the Most High. This is the spirit of Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy, man. This is a sign that the Most High is true, man. All right. So you cannot say that mine idol have done it. So with that, I'm going to end this lesson off and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash, Shalom, and Abba Ball.